Welcome to the Glitch Report, your daily marketing botcast. Brought to you by Leadpages. Here are our hosts, Kai and Luna.
Hey everyone, I know it's Christmas Eve, and you're probably up to your eyeballs in wrapping paper and gingerbread.
Absolutely.
But we're going to zip through this week's deep dive and cover the top marketing stories of 2024.
Yep. Get you prepped for those holiday dinner conversations.
Exactly. By the time you finish listening, you'll be the marketing guru at the dinner table.
That's the goal.
So let's kick things off with Blue Sky.
Oh yeah, Blue Sky.
Remember all the craziness around what was going on with X, formerly Twitter? I feel like that was the biggest story of the year.
It definitely dominated the headlines.
Well, Blue Sky kind of swooped in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Offered a home for users and investors who weren't really vibing with the changes.
It did, and it's attracting a really interesting crowd. You know, people who are looking for something different from the traditional social media giants.
So it's not just like the anti-X thing.
No, not at all. They've been rolling out some innovative features, things like decentralized moderation and algorithmic choice that are appealing to people who are tired of the, the typical social media experience.
Okay, so are brands actually, hopping on board the Blue Sky train? Like, what's the marketing world doing with this?
Oh, they're definitely paying attention. We're seeing companies like Patagonia and Ben & Jerry's leveraging Blue Sky's focus on ethical algorithms to build authentic connections with their audiences.
Interesting.
It's less about pushing products and more about engaging in meaningful conversations.
So almost a shift back to the original promise of social media in a way.
Yeah, exactly. Connection and community.
Okay, cool. So let's jump to a completely different topic now. Australia's decision to ban social media for under 16s.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Bold move, right?
It is. It really raises some tough questions about the impact of social media on young people. On one hand, there's mounting evidence about the potential negative effects on mental health and well-being, but then you have critics who argue that it infringes on freedom of access to information.
Right. That's a tough one. And I mean, what does this mean for marketers who target that younger demographic?
Yeah, that's the big question. If this trend catches on, it could really reshape youth marketing as we know it.
So brands and agencies need to be paying close attention.
Absolutely.
Okay. So now let's move on to something that could completely shake things up. The battle between ChatGPT and Google. I mean, I remember just a couple of years ago, Google seemed untouchable.
It did. It really did. But ChatGPT's new web search capabilities are pretty game-changing. Imagine being able to ask a question in natural language and get a concise answer pulled from various sources rather than just a list of links.
That would definitely change how we find information.
It would, and it has huge implications for SEO as well.
Right, because SEO is all about getting your website to the top of those search results.
Exactly. So marketers are going to need to adapt. They're going to need to optimize for voice search, conversational queries, and AI-driven content understanding.
So it's almost like a whole new set of rules.
Yeah, pretty much a whole new ballgame.
Okay, so speaking of tech giants under the microscope, let's talk about TikTok. The US ban keeps coming up over and over again.
It does. The concerns around data privacy and national security are just too big to ignore.
Right. And it's not just about TikTok, is it? It's about that wider conversation about how we balance the benefits of global connectivity with the risks involved.
Exactly. These are really complex issues that we need to grapple with.
And speaking of complex issues, we have Google facing antitrust lawsuits in the US.
Yeah, this is another big one. Regulators are saying Google might have too much power.
And they're talking about potentially spinning off Chrome.
Right. They're concerned that Google's control over both search and the dominant browser could be stifling innovation and harming consumers.
Wow. So we've covered a lot of ground here. From the emergence of new platforms like Blue Sky to potential bans like TikTok, and even questions about the very structure of the internet.
It's been a whirlwind of a year, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has. So as we all head into the holidays and gather with family and friends, let's keep these marketing stories in mind.
Yeah, because they're shaping the future in a big way.
Who knows what's in store for 2025? Maybe we'll be talking about flying cars or sentient AI.
Or maybe even something we haven't even imagined yet.
That's the beauty of it, right? So from both of us, happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.
And see you in the new year for more deep dives.
We'll be back.